Alright, welcome to Energon-Titan. Today what I want to do is talk a little bit about the Karters too. And my reason is, well, I think it's a really fun game. So I'm going to kind of just go over a few things that I think are great about it. First off, as someone that grew up with the original Crash Team Racing all the way back on the PlayStation 1, as well as a few other kart racers here and there, but my favorite was always Crash Team Racing, and this game feels a lot like it. It uses a lot of similar gameplay systems and stuff, which is pretty cool because, I mean, yeah, it's got some similarities with Mario Kart as well in terms of some of the power-ups, but for the most part, this game is very much so like a spiritual successor to Crash Team Racing, especially the PlayStation 1 version of the game, because, It's like the PlayStation 1 version of the game more so than it is, I think, like Nitro-fueled. Like Crash Team Racing Nitro-fueled, I love that game. But, I don't know, I just feels more like the PS1 game to me. But even though, like, graphically speaking, it is nicer looking. Now, one of the cool things about this game is it has a ton of mods you can download. I mean, you can literally click on this right here, and you can, like, just look at this stuff. There's more than this shows, but there's just a ton of stuff. You can just, like, browse around, download stuff. Wait, was that the Simpsons stream? Oh, I didn't even know that was on here. I need that one. Yeah, I'm gonna download the Simpsons hit and run. Is this the full map, or is it just a racetrack? Looks like it's being used as a racetrack, not a battle arena. Either way, that's still pretty cool. And, oh, Tomater, yeah. See, I've downloaded quite a few mods for this game, but not all of them. There's a lot more mods for this game where that came from. And if you want to browse the Steam Workshop, man, there's a lot of people making awesome mods for this. I don't know how you make them. I don't know how they do it. I'm guessing there's tutorials or mod tools out there somewhere, and I guess they're officially supported because, I mean, like, you can literally just download them from the Steam Workshop or from the in-game mod browser. But yeah, this game just, it brings back so many memories of, like, Crash Team Racing on the PlayStation 1, and I've always wanted a kart racer that you could, like, mod real heavily and just put, like, whatever character and whatever kind of car or kart or vehicle you want in it. I think this is an amazing idea that I don't know how it didn't happen sooner. I mean, I know there was a Karters 1 apparently, but I never really looked into that game. But then the Karters 2 came out, and I saw how much like the PlayStation 1 Crash Team Racing game it was, and I was like, you know what, I gotta play this. And then I saw you could mod it, and I'm like, I gotta go out of my way to play this. I love it. Anyway, so it does have multiple different difficulty settings here, ranging from Sunday Driver to Adaptive. I believe Adaptive is like a difficulty setting that's, I don't think a whole lot of your games have it, but like the ones that do, it kind of like adjusts difficulty as you go. Like, yeah, the computer-controlled carts in this game, if you're not really good at the game, yeah, they can be pretty rough. Yeah, let's go with Adaptive. Now, I remember back on the PlayStation 1 that when I would play Crash Team Racing, I eventually, you know, after beating the main game in lower difficulty settings, I would raise the difficulty and play regular races at, what was the max difficulty on that one again? I think it was just hard is what they called the max difficulty on the PlayStation 1 version. I think on the, I can't remember for sure, but I think Nitro-fueled version of Crash Team Racing has one difficulty level above that. Can't really remember. Because, like, I haven't really played too much Nitro-fueled since I got the Karters. Like, I still play Nitro-fueled. I love Nitro-fueled. That's a great game. I had everything unlocked in Nitro-fueled on the PlayStation 4 version. But my PlayStation 4 burned up and went thermonuclear, so I can't use it no more. So then I got an Xbox Series S, because that's what we could afford at the time. And, you know, we wanted to get a next-gen system. which I guess it still kind of counts as like current gen now, but you get what I'm saying. We couldn't get a PS5 at the time, and there's plenty of reasons for that, you know, scalpers, and it was back when, you know, it was hard to get one. It's a little easier to get one now, from what I've heard, but I still don't have a PS5, and you know, I actually quite like the Series S. I don't think I'm going out of my way for a PlayStation 5, but yeah, I'm playing this on the computer right now, obviously, because like I did think they said it's going to release on consoles, although I have no idea how they could get the modding support for consoles. I know there are some games that have modding support for consoles, so there's that. While we're here, we're going to take a quick look at all the different racetracks that are in the game by default. So let's see. We'll just go a quick little overview. I don't think we're going to race on them all. I think we're going to choose a modded track to race on. But you can see they got scuba driving, which looks a lot, not exactly, but a lot like, you know, deep sea driving, or maybe not so much deep sea driving, but more like Rouge Tubes, but not really. Pablo's Jungle Jam. I don't even know if I've raced on that track yet. So there are a few of the base game tracks I haven't played yet. But you can see that they have the same like cartoony aesthetic that Crash Nitro-fueled has, in terms of how the graphics are handled. So, you know, you got like Beach Blast over here, Molten Mile. I don't know what it is. I like the name Beach Blast. I just like that name. I don't know. It's kind of cool. And this is the island section. You know, we got Molten Mile there. Got Western tracks. So I have, like I said, I've done scuba driving. I'm pretty sure I did Beach Blast. I don't think I did these two down here. Western, I've raced on, I think, everything here except maybe Shiny Shroom. I might have done Sheriff's Town Tour. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I know I was doing the forest tracks for a while. Those are pretty neat. They got like a couple different themes going on here, like the medieval castle in the background and the like logging camp or whatever here with Timber Camp. So we got Timber Camp, Woodsy Lane, Gauntlet Run, Mythic Moonlight, and then the city tracks, which are actually the tracks I've done the most, specifically Rush Hour. I don't know. I like the Rush Hour track. I mean, there's a lot of traffic to run you over, but that's kind of what makes it interesting. It's like street racing with go-karts, you know? I have played Mario Kart, a couple of them. The one on Switch, Mario Kart, isn't that Mario Kart 9? I can't remember. But they have a couple tracks like that with traffic on them in some of the Mario Kart games, so that's kind of cool too. Something Crash Team Racing never had was like traffic vehicles on like city tracks. That's just something I don't think any of the Crash Team Racing games ever had. Like, there were track hazards, like animals crossing this road or a train crossing this road. There is the one city track in Nitro-fueled as well as Crash Nitro Kart that has one, it has a train, and two, it has like street sweepers or robots or something on it from one of the other Crash games. But then if you go to like modded tracks, you can see there's just all these different tracks that people have either custom made or ported from other games, depending on the how they got their hands on the models, or whether or not they made the models themselves. I don't really know. I don't know exactly how it works. I haven't looked into how you mod this game so much, but it can be done. Obviously, because like look at all these tracks you can download. There's one that looks like it. Yeah, it's definitely a Sonic level turned into a racetrack, and it's pretty cool. There's like all these different tracks, you know, and you can just like go on a Steam Workshop and get. Look at this, Crash Tag Team Racing. I know a lot of people don't care for Crash Tag Team Racing, but I really like that game. I know its soundtrack was, you know, I don't want to say controversial, but a lot of people didn't like its soundtrack, but I kind of liked at least a few of the tracks in that game, where like especially on the pirate theme tracks. The music on the pirate theme track, especially, I love that. I love the pirate themed area in Crash Tag Team Racing. It's just great. But I get why some people didn't like it, because the music was a little, you know, on some levels, there were certain levels and tracks and environments in Tag Team Racing where the music was a little annoying. But, I mean, I still liked most of it. Here's a track from Eminem's Kart Racing DS. See, until now, I didn't know there was an Eminem's Kart Racing game. Like, I saw this on the Steam Workshop, had to download it. I'm like, wait a minute, there was an Eminem's Kart Racing game? I don't know why it exists, but that's kind of cool, I guess. I never would have thought that they would make an Eminem's Kart Racing game, but I guess it kind of works. They are like cartoony characters, but still, yeah, that's interesting. You can see people port some of their Minecraft maps and stuff in here. That's kind of cool. I hate to say it, but I am sure that this game, for as great as it is, might get in a little trouble with Nintendo at some point. Because you know how Nintendo is, and I don't, want to say that they're doing anything wrong, because I don't think they are, but, you know, people who mod the game could potentially, because Nintendo's the way it is, come after them, and I hope they don't, but, again, it's mods, so, but, I'm a little bit, I don't want to bring up the Power World situation with Nintendo. I like some of Nintendo's games, and I kind of, sort of like the Switch, but I do have a Switch 1, but, I don't know, I just, and Mario Kart is a pretty good game. I do like Mario Kart. Now, I'm not talking about Mario Kart World. I don't have a Switch 2, so I haven't played Mario Kart World, so because I wouldn't have copy it, obviously. I'd have a Switch 2, but, so I can't have an opinion on that one, really, as far as I'm concerned. But for previous Mario Kart games, the ones that I have played, yeah, most of them are pretty good. I will say, I have this opinion of the first few Mario Kart games, where I personally think the driving and the racing is too slow. I'm not saying the games are bad. Actually, I like Mario Kart. I just like Crash Team Racing better, because I feel like in Crash Team Racing, and for that matter, the Karters too, because of how, it feels more like Crash Team Racing. It doesn't feel as fast as Crash Team Racing, the Karters too, but it's close. Mario Kart, aside from maybe the last 2 or 3 up till Mario Kart World, like I said, I can't have an opinion on Mario Kart World. I haven't played it yet. But in terms of all the other Mario Kart games, the older ones just gave off too much of a slow, they felt more relaxing to drive because they were slower, if you know what I mean, like the original Mario Kart games, the first few or so. But you didn't get that sense of speed and excitement from them, if you ask me. But that's just my opinion of them. I don't dislike them. I just think they're not as fast or speedy, or, I don't think you can get the kind of speed you can in Crash Team Racing. I will say Crash Nitro Kart wasn't nearly as fast as the other Crash Racing games. Like Crash Nitro Kart, that game at its core was just slower in terms of how fast you can go. It was a lot slower in terms of speed. But the original Crash Team Racing, or some refer to it as CTR 99, and Crash Team Racing Nitro-fueled, you can get a lot of speed in those games. I still feel like the original CTR was faster than Nitro-fueled, but it could just be the way that it might just feel that way. It might not actually be faster in terms of what your max speed feels like, but it could also be a bit of bias, because that was one of my first, if not the first kart racing game I ever played. But I don't know. I mean, I just love CTR so much, but I also, like I said, I also still like Mario Kart. I'm not a hater for Mario Kart. I just think Mario Kart's a bit slower. I do play Mario Kart on the Switch 1, the original Switch. So I do play Mario Kart on that from time to time, but I don't know. I mean, I like CTR better. As for the Karters too, in general, I really like this game. I don't think, from a gameplay perspective, that is as good as Crash Team Racing or Crash Team Racing Nitro-fueled. And and I would say it's pretty darn good a game though. Like, and depending on how you look at it, I would say in comparison to Mario Kart, like it's not necessarily as good as Mario Kart either, but like from a content perspective, the base game doesn't have much to it yet. This is an early access game. It's gonna get more stuff, and that's pretty cool. There's gonna be more stuff in the base game, you know, at launch. You know, when the early access period is over. But yeah, I don't know. I gotta choose a track to play so I give you more of an idea of what I actually like if you're someone who hasn't played it yet. I don't know. I really like this game. Again, I really should select a track now so you can see what the game's actually like. You know, maybe. See, that's the problem with games that have Steam Workshop. Is you can download so much content that you just never know what you really want to use. You know what I'm saying? Like it is like that. You never really can make like a decision sometimes if you're like me and you're like, oh, this is track, I want to do this track, I want to do that track. Let's do Bikini Bottom, I guess. Obviously, it's not one of this game's official tracks, but you know. And then we can see some of the characters you can play as by default. They do have different different options to customize the characters. You know, different costumes and stuff. And oh wait, I didn't want to start this yet. I want to go to edit, and I want to go to vehicle. They got different vehicles too, obviously. So it's like. I like this like F1 looking car. I do think that's pretty neat. And then obviously I got like the wheels that go good with the F1 looking car. You can put stickers on the cars too, but I just don't see a reason to do that. I mean, like, for example, Crash Team Racing, Nitro-fueled has stickers for the cars too, and I think Mario Kart might as well. I can't remember. But I never really cared for putting the stickers. I just like to choose a car and go, you know, and some wheels and character and you know, customize it a little bit, but the sticker aspect that's nice to have. But at most, like in Nitro-fueled, sometimes I would put a number on the car. Like here, you can put like a few different numbers on there. They don't have a lot of numbers to choose from, but they're there. We can go to view mods. Yeah, I just basically download like every mod I can find. I don't know who half these characters are, aside from like you know, obviously we all know Master Chief. Sub-Zero, you know, we got our Crash Bandicoot characters, and Spyro characters, and Grand Theft Auto characters, because you gotta have them, right? Boy, the radio from My Little Toaster, or from the Toaster, what was it called again? That cartoon movie that traumatized a bunch of kids that was about a living toaster? I forget what that cartoon, that movie was called now. The Brave Little Toaster, not My Little Toaster. It was The Brave Little Toaster. Somehow I got The Brave Little Toaster mixed up with freaking My Little Pony. I'm sorry, I don't like My Little Pony. I don't want to say I hate it, but I do not like it. Hopefully I don't make no one mad saying that. It's just that's my opinion. I don't like it, but like. The Brave Little Toaster was actually kind of neat, but I can see that, you know, there are people who have said they were traumatized by that movie back then. But, I mean, come on, all the movies back then were like that, you know? Let's check out vehicles. Oh, we got John Marston going on here. What kind of... Thomas the Train. I love that people try to mod Thomas the Train in, like, every game ever. Like, ever since that one mod for Skyrim where they put Thomas the Train in the game, like, people have tried to mod Thomas into, like, every game ever, and I just think that's glorious. Like, I love Thomas the Train. I grew up with him on TV. My mom would call it the train crashing show, because that's all she thought it was. Now, there was more to Thomas than just the trains crashing, but let's be honest, the trains crashing was the best part of the original show. Well, and maybe the narration, the narrator was pretty cool to listen to when you were a kid, you know? But look how he's calling it a Volkswagen Beetle. I think this might be a Trackmania car. I mean, like, you can just, like, get all these cars. And I don't even know what this car is supposed to be from, but it's pretty cool looking. Forklift certified. You could be Eggman, run over Sonic the Hedgehog, you know, because he's forklift certified. You know what I'm saying? We could put John Marston in a forklift. Oh, boy. There's so many cars. I like the idea of playing as John Marston driving a tractor, because like he's an old west cowboy, and they didn't have tractors yet at that point in time in history, but like not like this anyway. But like, I mean, come on, it's kind of a cool idea, don't you think? Like a cowboy tractor. Yeah, I'm gonna take a tractor. I'm gonna take a tractor. Now I gotta find wheels for it. Spider-Man wheels on a tractor. I don't think that would work too well. I wonder what this tractor's from. I'm not really sure. Because I know it's a mod. Like I said, I just downloaded so much stuff, and with, like, complete disregard for what it actually was. Because, like, I really do not know what half the stuff I downloaded is, or where it's from, or any of that. I feel like these wheels might actually go with this tractor. I don't know why. I guess because it gives off PlayStation 1 style look. I have no idea. Actually, it does look pretty good, though, doesn't it? Those wheels, are those wheels from, like, one of the Mario Kart games? They just kind of look like they are. I don't know. Although, Crash Team Racing Nitro-fueled has a vehicle that wheels that look like that would go good on, but I don't think they released wheels like that for it. I forget what the vehicle's called. Okay, let's take the tractor. Oh, we could be SpongeBob. So yeah, we are now 20 minutes into this and have not done a race. So let's do a race, okay? I have kept you waiting long enough. Let's race. I gotta press the correct button for that, however. Oh, there we go. John Marston and a tractor. We could do that. I accidentally replaced Big Smoke in the car I had him in. Whoever reported him into the game added some very interesting voice lines. Not every modded character has voice lines. I don't think John Marston does. I know Deadpool does, but we're just going to take John Marston in the tractor, see who we're racing against. We're going to do the Bikini Bottom track, and I'm going to check to see 3 laps sounds good. Let's do this race. Hopefully the game doesn't crash. Because like when you have this much stuff installed in one game, it's very likely. But I will say that the physics of the cars in this game, not so much the cars themselves, but the wheels, is a little odd. Like the wheels kind of move separately from the car body, which I kind of understand given the way everything works in this game. I don't think it's a big deal. It's just sometimes and again, it might be more so a thing when you're using modded vehicles, but sometimes the wheels feel like they're really disconnected from the car you're driving in the car. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, look at that. I don't know. Oh, wow. It gets stuck up there. Of course, I haven't done a distraction before, but there's some interesting weapons like that Gatling gun thing. It's kind of like a Nerf Gatling gun or something, whatever they call that. Reminds me of a video I was watching. Well, my dad was watching it, which just happened to be in the room, but where somebody spent like $600 on a Nerf Gatling gun. And I'm like, Nerf is cool and all, especially as like a prop for a costume maybe, or stuff like that, like a Stormtrooper Nerf gun for Star Wars Stormtrooper costume or something. Always kind of wanted to do something like that, but like $600 some for between $500 and $600 for like a Nerf minigun. I don't know. That seems a little much. mean, it looks like a really, really cool product and all, but like, I just can't see myself spending that kind of money, even if I had a good paying job, on a single Nerf gun? Nah, man. Even if it is based on a minigun that has its own backpack for pellets and stuff, I just, nah, that's too much. It looks cool and all. I just don't think there's a, I don't think a Nerf gun's worth that kind of money, no matter how big or fancy it looks. I mean, and come on. Maybe if it's a fully accurate prop that looks exactly like the real thing, but no, I like an accurate movie prop, like maybe like something out of Aliens or something, which you could probably customize it for that. If you were gonna customize it for like a costume prop, maybe to make it look like the version of the miniguns from like, I don't know, some random first-person shooter. I don't even think they have a minigun that looks like that in Halo, but they do have, like, you know, there's Call of Duty, Battlefield, but like those use real guns anyway. So, but Army of Two, there was an enemy. I think it was called the Juggernaut. No, that's Call of Duty. But Army of Two has an enemy that has a. That would be pretty cool. It's basically a ripoff of the Call of Duty Juggernaut anyway, but still, it had a slightly different aesthetic. But that type of thing would be cool for. But I just don't know why you would want to spend that kind of money on a singular, you know, Nerf gun when it just seems excessive. Let's do one. We gotta do the Simpsons track. You know, we're gonna customize a bit. What do I want here? Oh yes, yes. I forgot I had this loadout set up. We need to be Dragon Ball Z Perfect Cell in a little yellow Volkswagen Beetle. We have to do that. You know, originally this was just going to be like a little review of the game. But now I've gone rambling on for almost half an hour. Because, I love this game. It's fun, you know? I really do. You know, that little robot spaceship thing kind of looks like the alien UFO that Vader from Cars became friends with. And the one Cars cartoon short thing where he was running away from the military and trying to rescue an alien UFO. Yeah. It kind of has the same look to it, except it's not too alien looking, but it has the same style of face, and it looks like a UFO. I don't know if that makes any sense to say it that way, but I think you can maybe understand. But yeah, that's a pretty cool track. Go to the trailer park. Yeah, Springfield, that's the name of the town, Simpsons. I don't, see, I really liked Simpsons Hit and Run. I really did like that game. But I've never been a big fan of the Simpsons cartoon. But I really liked Hit and Run. I did like, that was a fun game. But personally, I'm not like a big Simpsons fan. Like, as far as like shows that air on like Adult Swim, like the more adult cartoons, like the only one I ever really liked, and I'll be honest, was Robot Chicken. There were some things even in that show I didn't care for, and I only liked that one because of the way, just the way they like presented it as like a Toy Story, but like stop motion stuff. You know what I'm saying? I really liked when they did the Star Wars special. I thought that was pretty cool. Oh man, I hit a wall. But speaking of Simpsons and adult cartoons, it wasn't that long ago, just like the other night or something, I saw a video on YouTube where someone had replaced the voice of Superman, I think it was, yeah, Superman, with Peter Griffin's voice from Family Guy or whatever, the shows. But like I said, I don't watch those type of shows, but I know the characters. Because like you can't go on the internet without seeing them somewhere, like all the time, like especially on YouTube. But like it was pretty funny. And if I recall correctly, they made Bizarro's voice, Homer Simpson. Like Yeah, it was a funny video. I don't remember who uploaded that, but oh, I just realized I'm in second place. I'm actually better than being. I don't even remember what position I finished in the last race because I was not paying much attention. I was just rambling on about random nonsense because that's what I do. Yeah, that's literally all I do. I play games and I ramble on about stupid, random stuff like trivia or what have you. Because I don't know, that's what I find fun. Well, now I'm back at 8. I'm actually not sure when that happened because I was in second there for a while. I like that you can jump off the other cars to get a boost in this game. That is pretty cool. It's something I don't think you could do in Crash Team Racing. I don't know if you can do that in any of the Mario Kart games. I like that this game lets you do it. But I will say, like, the boost system in this game is actually kind of harder to get the timing right in Crash Team Racing, which is part of why I keep falling behind. And also, I do think the AI or the computer players in this game are a little bad in terms of their intelligence during a race, than Crash Team Racing. I love Crash Team Racing, but yeah, I do think the computer's a bit more challenging in this game. Ooh, I'm up to first. Nice. I think we're only going to do these 2 races, so when I get to the end of this race, well, there's another lap, I'll probably call it quits on this game for tonight. For this video, I mean. Yeah, I don't know, I think I spent like half the video just showing the menu screen for some reason. But I think next time I do a video on this game, it's gonna be actually in the game. Like, cause we only got to do like 2 races in like half an hour. Yeah, maybe not the best format for a video, but like, I don't know, I like to play this type of stuff and ramble, okay? That's so wrong. That's so wrong, right? Yeah, it probably is, but I really don't care. I'm having fun. I love this game. It is almost as good as Crash Team Racing. And it's, I don't know, I don't want to say it's better than Mario Kart, I don't want to make Nintendo fans mad, but I do think Crash Team Racing is better than Mario Kart. But Mario Kart still has its appeal, and I do like it, I would say this game's like maybe, it's somewhere in a gray area, like between Mario Kart and Crash Team Racing, if you know what I mean. Like, I love all those games. I like kart racers in general. But I will say that Mario Kart and Crash Team Racing are like the 2 biggest kart racers in my opinion. Although Sonic kart racing games are really good too. I actually cannot wait for the newest Sonic kart racing game to come out. So I can get down, probably with my Xbox, play it with my family. Because I just really do like those kart racing games. Between kart racing and like simulation type driving games, but I don't know, it's weird. Like, I like the cartoony kart racing type games, but I also really like I don't know, truck simulators and stuff like that, or mechanic simulators, and occasionally some other types of games, just random stuff. But like, I don't know, I have played some Pokemon too. In fact, when I was a kid, I played a lot of Pokemon. Like, sometimes late into the night, but now, I do have one of the Pokemon games on my Switch One, but I don't know, whenever I load up the Switch One, which isn't too often anymore, I'm mostly playing my Xbox now, but like, whenever I do load it up, it's usually to play Mario Kart now. Like, on occasion, I'll try to make some progress in Pokemon, but like, I'll usually just use the Switch for Mario Kart instead. That's usually how I do it. But like I said, I would like to play Mario Kart World. I really would. I know it's not the most popular Mario Kart game ever, from what I've heard online, but I would still like to play it. But I can't really have a big opinion on it. I mean, I kind of like the idea that it's open world, but I know some people don't like that. But, like I said, I can't have a full-blown opinion on Mario Kart World, because I just don't have a Switch 2, so I can't play it, you know? But, maybe in the future, if I ever get my hands on a Switch 2, like, I'm broke as a joke, so it's not like I'm getting a Switch 2 anytime soon. But, like, I don't know, maybe in the future? I just don't like to make too much of an opinion on a game that I've never played, you know? I mean, yeah, I played other Mario Karts, and I really like the one on Switch 1. I'm pretty sure it's Mario Kart 9, but I think on the actual application that you launch, it just says Mario Kart. But it is fun, you know, I like using the motorcycles a lot, and Mario Kart on Switch 1. This game doesn't have motorcycles by default, but it would be cool if it did. There are mods for motorcycles for this game. So that is a thing, but I don't know if there's character animations for them. Maybe from a mod. I'm not really sure. But let's see, where did I finish? I finished 3rd. I wasn't paying too much attention to the position I was in, but yeah, this is a fun game. Like I said, I rambled on for like almost 40 minutes. I think I've wasted enough of your time, and you know, thanks for watching, I guess. So, yeah, that's all I got to say, and I appreciate you checking out my channel and checking out this video. I don't know how often I'm going to do video game content, but like, I don't know, I really want to do more content on this game in particular. So, I don't know, but I mostly like to do racing games on this channel with a little bit of other types of games, like some first-person shooters on occasion, but not too often because I'm not that good at those. But I love racing games, stuff like that, so, you know. And I recently got into, like, Gundam stuff, so maybe I could do some videos on those games. But for now, thank you for watching, and maybe see you again some other time. That's literally all I got to say, so... bye for now, I guess. Yeah, that's all I got to say.